Let's queer up gay culture. New study shows LGBTQ+ Americans have more issues in retirement. While preparing for retirement can be difficult for anyone, LGBTQ+ Americans face unique challenges that can cast a shadow over their golden years. For example, LGBTQ+ people over age 60 leave the workforce sooner, are less likely to believe that their retirement savings are on track, and struggle more to pay medical bills than their straight and cisgender counterparts. They're also twice as likely to report having experienced discrimination in the past year. Edge Media Network published an article based on an analysis of data from the Federal Reserve Board's annual survey of household economics and decision-making, or SHED. Data from 2019 to 2021 was used to compare the nearly 500 LGBTQ+ respondents aged 60 and older with their cisgender counterparts. When asked how they were managing financially, most older LGBTQ+ adults considered themselves to be either living comfortably or doing okay. However, they also said that they faced big economic challenges that could threaten their long-term well-being. Significantly fewer LGBTQ+ respondents said they own their own home, which means they have less opportunity to build equity that can be used later in life. Nearly 1 in 3 LGBTQ+ respondents retired because of health problems. 1 in 4 retired because of disliking their work, and almost 1 in 6 said they were forced to retire. Well, speaking personally, as a freelance entertainment writer, without anything resembling a pension or 401k, retirement doesn't feel like a possibility to me. Thankfully, I love my work, and I hope to continue to do it for many more years to come.
You know, as a profession, I'm a certified financial planner, and this is what I talk about all day long. There is not enough talk about it in our LGBTQ community. I'm actually with Truist, we have a diverse advisory council, which is on the Wealth platform. So it deals with all issues, LGBTQ, Black, disability, all different issues that could be, again, implemented within financial planning. And the messaging around financial planning, if you watch a commercial for, Fidelity on TV, who is it going to show? A straight white couple in their 60s that are walking through, a fountain in a gated community. We have so even down to the marketing of what is about, what financial planning is about. So, I encourage everyone, if you don't work with a financial planner or don't work with someone to advise you, it's very important. But our LGBTQ community is also, especially those in the survey who are 60 and over, if you can think back, again, we didn't have marriage equality, so you may not have the Social Security benefits of a long-term partner if you were not married, or maybe you were married, maybe you were with somebody for 20 years and you separated before marriage was ever a thing. If you were married twice, you could get Social Security from 2 of your spouses if you were divorced, under legally. But as an LGBTQ person who wasn't able to get married, you would not be eligible for that. So there's a myriad of reasons of why our community is disadvantaged, especially, the community over the age of 60.
I want to ask this question because it pings on a stereotype, but it certainly crossed my mind. A lot of us, especially the generation hitting retirement, right, never had kids. And if they did, it was from straight marriages. But for the most part, a lot of LGBT. And the joke has always been, well, while you were going to dropping kids off at soccer practice, we were hanging out in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah. It's a joke. It's funny because it's partially true. But how much of that are you seeing that they just didn't save as part of a family because they didn't really feel they needed to?
Well, again, there's a whole slew of reasons. Again, for people over the age of 60, especially of gay men, they may have not planned for the future because they thought maybe I'm going to die from HIV or AIDS back in that time frame, and they survived something, and they may have not even looked at a future that was bright, that they thought they could have lived into older age. mean, there's so many reasons why our community just, we didn't uplift people to say plan for the future because they were trying to survive, right? So, and many people, you may have been kicked out of your job and didn't have a long-term career where you could get a pension or something else, and you chose a lot of professions. A lot of LGBT people are self-employed. For what reason? Well, because the environment to work in a corporation at the time where you couldn't share who you were, who you loved, wasn't accepted. So there's so many reasons I think that we're disadvantaged.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see I'm passionate about it, but